Hello, beautiful. Welcome to your reading. I'm Clarity Bay. I'm a psychic tarot intuitive, and I'm dedicated to answering the questions that are most important to you. And in your reading, I'm going to give you clear insight on how does he view you right now. And I will share with you everything that Spirit gives to me and not leave anything out. Please take one moment to click that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so that you do not miss an important video message. Let's get straight into your reading. Meditate here on the 3 cards and pick the one that calmly draws you the most. This would be 1, 2, and 3. Let's get straight into your reading. Hello, beautiful number 1. Welcome to your reading. I'm Clarity Bay. I'm a psychic tarot intuitive, and I'm dedicated to answering the questions that are most important to you. And in your reading, I'm going to give you clear insight on how does he view you now. I will share with you everything that Spirit gives to me and not leave anything out. Take one moment to click that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so that you do not miss an important video message. That is how you can help to support the channel. If you would like a personal reading, visit my website at claritybay.com. Let's get straight into your reading. I see your energy. You're naturally drawn here to the King of Wands. And the wand energy is about creativity. It represents a fire. So it does represent the fire zodiac signs, Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries in the top placement of the birth chart. The sun, moon, or rising sign, 7th house of relationships, or the planet Venus in his birth chart or your birth chart as a confirmation here in the reading. I do want to point out that he sees you as someone as being free-spirited. You're going to do exactly what you want to do, and you're going to do it the way you want to do it. He sees you as being very creative as well. I can definitely see that he sees you as being alluring, like sensually alluring, and like there's something about how you're like sexy, or like something about your divine feminine energy is like it captivates him in a very sensual way. Let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. How does he view you now? How does he view you now? You have here wedding rings, and with the wedding ring energy, this is about a union. He sees you as someone like that, either like could be in a wedding, could be married. You know, he feels like he does have a soul connection to you. He sees you as like wifey material, someone that he can share like an eternal love with, an everlasting promise as well. Let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. And how does he view you now? How does he view you now? The future. I daydream about our future together, going on adventures and growing old together. I want it all. So this is a straight confirmation here, just coming out immediately after the wedding ring card. I am just loving this. Thank you, Spirit. So this is obviously how he views you. Someone that is like that he is like, could be like in a soul partnership. Let's get more insight. How does he view you now? How does he view you now? Ooh. On your own terms. So it's like she waited a really long time to be saved until one day she decided to save herself. And it was a very good day. So he sees you as being very strong, straightforward, moving forward, charting new paths, like very adventurous, taking risks. You don't mind starting over. You don't mind ending relationships and creating new bonds with different people. So that's something that he feels like your vibration definitely has changed. Your energy has changed as well. Let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. How does he view you now? How does he view you now? And you have here judgment. And with the judgment card, we are looking at Libra because this is about the scales of balance here. So Libra is significant in the top placements of the birth chart. So this is like about acceptance, awakening, and assessment. He feels like you are like assessing and analyzing the relationship connection. Really saying like, I wonder really if this is the connection for me. He sees you as going like over and over in your mind, whether or not this is a relationship connection that is worth holding on to. Also here with the judgment energy, this is about clarity. This is also about a final decision, a wake-up call, something that happened in the relationship connection that caused you to like shake your head and caused you to really think twice about this connection, and it was like a wake-up call for you. And this is a clear message also from Spirit that this relationship connection is a part of your life's purpose. If you were wondering, well, why did you meet this person? It's because it was destiny. It was meant for you to meet this person. And so maybe this person is meant to be in your life for a particular season, for a particular reason. But definitely you are meant to cross paths. Let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. How does he view you now? How does he view you now? How does he view you now? And you have here crop circles, messages, curiosities, and signs. He's curious. So with Libra showing up, Libra is about social media. It's about observance. I feel like he's definitely watching your social media pages. He's very curious about what's going on, prying eyes, wanting to see if there's something you have not told him, trying to find out whether or not you're telling the truth about what's going on in your life day to day, who you are dealing with. Are you out on excursions with other people? What is happening with you really? How do you really feel about him? He feels like you're giving him signs and messages, but you're not really specific with, how you really feel. Thank you, Spirit. But he's very curious to know what you're doing day to day, who you're socializing with online as well. So I feel like he's watching your social media accounts, like private accounts, spying on you, really wanting to just see like what is happening with you. Do you have new friends? Are you going on dates? Are you going to the park? Are you going out to the movies? He's very interested in your day-to-day activities. Let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. And how does he view you now? What's happening with this guy? And you have here the Seven of Wands. And of course, I love the Seven of Wands showing up, being your final card here in the draw, especially because you are attracted to the King of Wands, which is your first card. So the Seven of Wands is even more fire energy. He sees you as being very spontaneous with your mood, with the way that you communicate with him. He feels like you've been temperamental lately. He can't tell if you're hot, if you're cold, if you are feeling him or if you're not. And again, that wand energy does rule over the fire zodiac signs. Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries are in the top placements of the birth chart. And also the Seven of Wands. It's about like, he sees you as like having your defenses up, really protecting your mind, your body, and your spirit. He also sees like there could be competition between a male figure, someone that you could be communicating with. There could be competition for him. And he thinks about that a lot. And beautiful number one, this does conclude your reading. I hope this reading does resonate with you and inspire you. And if it does, leave a comment below because I do love reading your comments. Yes, they definitely warm my heart and they make my day. Click like and subscribe to the channel. That is how you can help to support. And if you would like a personal reading, visit my website at claritybay.com. I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hello, beautiful number 2. Welcome to your reading. I'm Clarity Bay. I'm a psychic tarot intuitive, and I'm dedicated to answering the questions that are most important to you. And in your reading, I'm going to give you clear insight about how does he view you now. And I will share with you the energies that do come through and not leave anything out. Take one moment to click that like button, subscribe to the channel. That is how you can help to support. And if you would like a personal reading, visit my website at claritybay.com. Let's get straight into your reading. I see here your energy. You're naturally drawn to your card, the King of Cups. And the cup energy does represent his emotions. It represents the water zodiac signs. Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer are seen in the top placements of his birth chart or your birth chart as a confirmation here in the reading. Seen in the sun, moon, or rising sign, 7th house of relationships, or even the planet Venus. But here, I can definitely say he has the feels for you big time. I feel like he's in his feelings quite a bit. But I feel like with him being in his feelings, it's kind of like he's leaning more towards like good feelings about you, like good vibes. He's trying to figure out ways of how to be more supportive because he sees you as being supportive. He sees you as having empathy and being a very kind-hearted, loving person. So this is something he is trying to align with as a part of his greater version of himself. His emotions, really just trying to get himself together in that way so that he can connect with you better. Let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. And how does he view you now? How does he view you now? And you have here, will you listen? There's so many things I want to say to you, but will you hear me all the way out? Will you believe me? See, yes, he does not wear his heart on his sleeves at all. And it is very hard for him to communicate his feelings. So this is making perfect sense here, especially with the message with the King of Cups here. And you're kind of like, you've said these things over and over again. You're just talking in circles. This is the type of person that does, he just really can't formulate the communication the way you would like him to, but he really wants to say what's on his heart, but it's just something he cannot do. He sees you now as a great communicator, able to express yourself fully, and even able to listen as well. Let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. How does he see you now? And you have here on your own terms. And this is about how he really knows that, see, you waited a really long time to be saved, to really be saved by love, by a relationship connection, until one day you decided to save yourself. And on that day that you decided to save yourself, it was a very good day, meaning that you start pouring into yourself more self-love, self-assurance, self-respect, unconditional love for yourself. So he sees you as grown emotionally. He knows that you have gotten really strong emotionally as well, more mature. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. And how does he view you now? How does he view you now? You have here the Ace of Wands. This is about the career, beginnings, and travel. He really feels like, you're very creative as far as your career. He feels like you can definitely, do whatever you want to do. You're the type of person that does not hesitate to start a new project. And he has the urge to contact you, to create with you, to do something with you that is creative, because he knows that once you get your mind on something, there's nothing that can stop you. There's nothing that you can't do creatively. And this is how he sees you. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get more insight. And how does he view you now? How does he view you? You have here the Nine of Wands. It's a lot of Wands energy showing up back to back, especially with the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Wands. Ooh, Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries are definitely significant in the top placements of this birth chart. His birth chart or your birth chart as a confirmation here in the reading. Yes. And specifically here with the Nine of Wands, let me just point out, he knows right now, like, you're not playing anymore. You're not playing any more games. You're not going to allow nobody to play with your time, to drain you of your energy. So you are keeping persistent boundaries here with this Nine of Wands energy. You're keeping and maintaining boundaries, and you're persistent with it as well. That's something that he does recognize. And how can he not? Because you've cut off, the communication the way that it was. You were really fully invested. The calls, the texts, the checking back. And now it's kind of like dried up, where you're like, I'm not calling you. I'm not texting you back. You're going to have to wait. And so he's just like, doesn't know what to think about you. Doesn't really know like what you're doing from day to day, because you're not sharing your information with him anymore. Let's get more. And I feel like that's how Will You Listen came up, because he wants you to listen to him. He wants to be able to communicate with you the way he was doing before. Air element, which does represent communication, so this is significant. Let me just say your reading is correlative and accurate AF. Thank you, Spirit. And with the air energy representing the inner intellect, your intellect, as well as communication, your communication style at this time with dealing with him, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra are significant in the top placements of his birth chart, your birth chart, or the confirmation. Philosophy, discrimination, empathy, and we got this energy earlier. And I love how this energy is laying here under the King of Cups, because we talked about empathy. See, he knows that you are a very empathetic person. So that's why he's like, well, why isn't she responding to me the way she was responding to me? Why isn't she stroking my ego? Why isn't she encouraging me with inspirational, text and just messages and letting me know that everything's going to be all right? He's shaking his head right now, wondering what happened here. And let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. How does he view you now? You have here heartbroken. Yeah. Wow. He is really like just wondering why like you're not feeling deeply hurt or sad over the separation, over the discontent. You're worried about a breakup here. He's feeling lost. Really like grieving and mourning this connection, because he's not sure of the future and like how it's going to play out, what's going to happen. Are you guys like really going your separate ways, or will you be together? It's this uncertainty that has him in his feelings. And so beautiful, number 2, this does conclude your reading. And I hope this reading does resonate with you and inspire you. And if it does, please leave a comment below, because I do love reading your comments. They definitely warm my heart and they make my day. Also, click that like button, subscribe to the channel. That is how you can help to support. And if you would like a personal reading, visit my website at claritybay.com. I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hello, beautiful. Welcome to your reading. I'm Clarity Bay. I'm a psychic tarot intuitive, and I'm dedicated to answering the questions that are most important to you. And in your reading, I'm going to give you clear insight about how does he view you now. And I will share with you the energies that do come through and not leave anything out. And please take one moment to click that like button, subscribe to the channel. That is how you can help to support. And if you would like a personal reading, visit my website at claritybay.com. I am sending you love and good energy. Let's get straight into your reading. I see here your energy. It resonates here with the King of Coins. And the King of Coins has something to do with earth energy. Yeah, the coin energy represents the earth zodiac signs. And it's about physicality here, your physical appearance, and how he feels about your physical appearance, how he views your aesthetics as well. The coin energy does rule over the earth zodiac signs. Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo are seen in the top placements of the birth chart. The sun, moon, or rising sign, seventh house of relationships, or even the planet Venus in his birth chart or your birth chart as a confirmation here in the reading. And let me do just a point out here. With this King of Coins energy, you know what? He sees you as being solid as a rock. You come through. You know what I'm saying? You're there for him. You're down for anybody that you care about. You are down. You are there. And you're very practical. Very practical. He knows you're very wise. He sees you as someone that does invest in your appearance. You know, you invest your money pretty good as well. And being that you invest in your appearance, he sees you as being very attractive physically. He likes your whole entire package, from, you know, your outer appearance here, you know, like from your head to your body, just your face is beautiful to him. From your head to your feet, honey, he is invested in how you look. And he loves it. So let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. And how does he view you now? How does he view you now? What's happening here, this connection? Ooh. Attached to my ex. Ooh. I'm attached to my ex emotionally, physically, and or spiritually. And I need time and space to break this connection. See, there's a conflict here, because he's extremely attracted to you, but he's attached here, but not attracted to the ex, but just attached. It's kind of like a trauma bond between himself and that ex. Oh my goodness. You know what? Wow. He's attached to you in this way as well. Oh my God. He's attached to you emotionally, physically, and spiritually. X is coming up very strong here. Either you could be his ex, or there's an ex that there's like this trauma bond. Like he's not in love with that ex, that outside ex, that third party, but he is attached to this person. Let's get more insight. That's why I feel like he is distant, very emotionally distant person. Let's get more. Thank you, Spirit. And you have here, be brave and true, Spirit warrior. This is what he feels about you. He feels like you're very strong. You know, he sees you as someone that has lots of self-confidence, lots of self-assurance. He sees you as being very respectful here, very strong. Like you definitely appear to him to be like unbothered. He can do certain things and you're just over it. Like it's hard to trigger you into like an uproar. I feel like he does try to do that from time to time, or he has tried to do that. And lately, you're very strong because you're true to who you are. You're true to your growth, your evolution. And you just kind of like, you know what? I really have to take care of my mind, body, and spirit. So he's seeing you like more balanced, doing things within moderation, not really jumping to his every call, his every whim, his every command, being there texting, calling, soothing and stroking his ego. That's not what you're doing. So he sees you as being very brave and true. Let's get more insight. This X energy is just way out here. This is way out. Trust your intuition on this person. Let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get more. How does he view you now? How does he view you now? Ooh, and the 10 of Wands, the wand energy. Ooh, it's fire. It's like he sees you as being very spontaneous, very creative type person. The wand energy does rule over the fire zodiac signs. Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries are in the top placements of his birth chart or your birth chart as a confirmation in a reading. Yes, definitely could be seen in that sun, moon, or rising sign, 7th house of relationships, or even the planet Venus. What I'm picking up here is that he feels like you see him as like a burden. You see him as like being heavy, like a weight, on your mind, or, a weight to you, like emotionally. The 10 of Wands energy is about like stress and exhaustion and too many burdens. Like his energy is like an overload. That's how he feels about you. Like when he thinks about you and your connection with him, he just automatically thinks like, I may be too much for her. I may be over the top. I'm putting too much stress on this connection. Let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. Now, how does he view you now? And you have here, earth element. Now look at the earth element showing up naturally here with the King of Coins. The coin energy represents the earth and zodiac signs, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. He knows that you're a survivor. I love the earth element showing up with be brave and true. You're a survivor. This is a great confirmation. You're reliable. This came through earlier as well. You're adaptable. It's like, baby, go ahead and do you because I'm going to do me. That's how he sees you. He sees you as someone that's able to carry on, be able to move forward. Yes, you'll look back a couple of times just to see how far you have come along. He's very concerned that, it's going to be a while before he catches up to like your loyalty, your dedication, your commitment. You're very grounded as well with the earth energy here. So that's how he sees you. He's very practical, grounded, loyal. He can depend on you. You're someone that if he needed something, someone to talk to, someone to lend a helping hand, or any sort of support, you are there. You are reliable. Let's get more insight. Thank you, Spirit. And how does he view you? How does he view you? Wow. This may be an ex of yours. And if it's a current relationship, the reason he is not as emotionally invested is because it's a trauma bond with this ex. He's not in love with this ex, but he hasn't gotten over this connection because of so many bad things that took place. He has to work on himself a lot. Ooh, and you have here the Six of Swords. And so with the Six of Swords showing up, this is about communication. And it does rule over the air zodiac signs, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. Spirit gave us this energy earlier about how you are able to move forward. He sees you as someone taking your responsibility in your own hands. He sees you as having to make a necessary transition, relocating and moving, even like metaphorically, like moving emotionally, your energy to a place that is very healthy for your well being, or even moving physically. Thank you, Spirit. And let's get more insight. And how does he view you now? How does he view you now? Acts. This is about a breakup. Oh my goodness. I love how the axe lay naturally under attached to my ex. And it's almost like X and you have axe. Such a strong confirmation. Your reading is extremely accurate. And I'm so grateful that the energy is coming through like this for you. So, yeah, breakup, separation. He's wanting to stop the pattern. He sees that you are not someone that wants to continue like the same pattern. You're working on yourself. He feels like you are giving him the silent treatment as well. So out of that like silent treatment, he's feeling like, like lost or like abandoned. But you're really taking time out to go into like this hermit mode. It's about spiritual illumination for you. It's also about going within for clarity, for personal truth. He sees it as like a silent treatment. But Spirit is encouraging you to continue to put yourself first and trust your intuition. Trust the actions, the things that he has shown you, and just really look at the way it is. How do you feel? And move forward. Follow your bliss. You're a very creative person here, especially with the King of Coins energy. This is about how you're a leader. You're a leader. You're wise. You're a very wise person. And you're a great investor. You invest in yourself. You're very good at finances. So something has something to do here with finances as well as it relates to him. And beautiful number 3, this does conclude your reading. I hope this reading does resonate with you and inspire you. And if it does, please leave a comment below because I do love reading your comments. They definitely warm my heart and they make my day. Also, click that like button, subscribe to the channel. That is how you can help to support. And if you would like a personal reading, visit my website at claritybay.com. And I am sending you lots of love and good energy.